Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another Mindfulness Monday. Y'all. So if you didn't watch last week's video, recap that here. And that's about 3 different pillars that Mindfulness Monday will entail. The first one is intention. So I'll be showing different breathing techniques that you can practice while you're with me right here, as well as while you're not with me, in order to practice being a little bit more mindful with yourself. The second part is about action. So I'll provide you with some type of action that you can use on your own as a mindfulness tool or technique. And the third part is reflection. Okay? Again, welcome to another Mindfulness Monday. Okay? So I'm going to just share a little story about how my week went last week. I just want to keep it open and transparent with y'all. I have a lot on my plate. I'm not complaining because I asked to eat. Okay? But with that being said, having so much on your plate sometimes, things can become overwhelming. I had a moment of feeling overwhelmed. And when I feel overwhelmed, sometimes I just tend to close. Sometimes I have to practice breathing techniques in order to align myself with this present moment, because otherwise anxiety is real. Okay? Oh, excuse me. I wanted to share that because there is a mindfulness technique and tool that you can use in order to reground yourself if you ever feel like you're overwhelmed, if you ever feel that your life is not in your control, if you ever feel that everything that's on your plate is too much and you don't know what to do. Okay? But before I provide you with that action, tune in with me right now. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just take these few moments to be mindful with yourself and tune in with me. Okay? Now there are a lot of distractions happening right here in front of me. So this is an actual practice. Whenever you feel distracted, allow yourself to recognize that distraction and then bring your attention back to your breath. Okay? Mindfulness is a practice. Again, whenever you feel yourself drifting off in thoughts, whenever you feel yourself distracted by sounds, all right, or feelings, tune back into your breath. So wherever you are, just close your eyes or lower your gaze. Allow yourself just a few moments of complete stillness, just to feel the surface beneath you and understanding that you are supported. Understanding that whatever is beneath you is there to catch you whenever and if you do ever fall. You're supported. And we're going to inhale through our nose for 4 counts. Hold your breath for 4 counts. Exhale for 4 counts. Slightly opening your mouth. Again, tune into this here moment right now. Inhale through your nose. Hold your breath. Exhale through your mouth. Wherever you are, if you're doing this practice with me, be sure to tune in to you. That means at your own time, at your own pace. Find your breath. And just allow yourself to be 2 more times at your own pace. When you feel completely centered and just tuned into this here moment right now, I want you to set a personal intention with yourself. That means, what is it that you'd like to receive throughout the rest of your day? When you find that moment of presence, slowly open your eyes. Thank y'all. And again, what we just practiced was a moment of mindfulness. Mindfulness is the ability or the practice to be right here, right now. And that's it. Okay? So that was the intention. The action for today. I want you to just think about any time that you feel that you may have felt overwhelmed. Think about any time that you may have felt like everything that's on your plate. What am I supposed to do with this stuff? Now, what your plate typically looks like, and I want you to just go back and look at maybe other videos that I've created already, because there was an actual activity with the plate. On your plate is everything that you're doing. Every person that you encounter, every role that you play with them, everything that you're working towards, it's on your plate. Your bills, if you have children, they're on your plate. If your children have extracurricular activities or school, it's on your plate. Your car, whatever maintenance you have to do with that, it's on your plates. A lot of times we have everything else on our plate except for ourselves, okay? So what this is about right now is tuning in to you. The action, after you reflect on any moment that you may have felt like, this is just too much, I don't know what to do. One thing you can do is first just tune into yourself by asking yourself, how do I feel? Okay? A lot of times we aren't mindful of scenarios that we're in because we don't know how to tune into how we feel. So that's the first question I want you to ask yourself once you just think about. Even if you're feeling like that now, I want you to answer this question for me. Scratch what I just said. No matter how you think your plate looks, don't worry about that right now. How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? And I ask that different times because so often the first response we give is, I'm fine, I'm okay. What does that mean? Because again, I've learned to tune in to me so that I can be honest with me in telling me how I feel. All right? If you can't keep it real with yourself, you can't keep it real with nobody. How do you feel? And once you answer that, I want you to sit with how you feel. So if you feel happy, that's great. I don't want to take that from you. I would never want to steal your joy. If you feel great, absolutely amazing. Keep going. If you feel low, if you feel deprived, if you feel not motivated, Accept that and allow yourself to feel that way. The reason why I say this is because, again, last week, I'm not going to say it was a difficult week for me, but again, I have things on my plate that I asked for. And I sat in a moment looking at and just feeling everything that's on my plate, and it kind of made me feel overwhelmed. When I feel overwhelmed, typically I go into my toolbox. So I may pull out my yoga mat. I practice meditation. I may start, doing yoga and just expanding my practice. But this particular moment, after I asked myself, how do you feel? I said, I'm feeling overwhelmed. And after I told myself and allowed myself to say the truth of being overwhelmed instead of, oh, I'm okay, I'll be all right. No, I feel overwhelmed. And that feeling made me feel suffocated. It made me feel smothered. So what happened was, I sat there. I said, okay, I feel overwhelmed. I cried, y'all. And I allowed myself to cry. I allowed those tears to just come down. I allowed myself to feel the feeling of overwhelming. Okay? After I cried, I listened to motivation. I put on motivational speeches. And I allowed myself to feel through that. Once I listened to that motivation, I allowed myself to pick myself back up, go wipe my face, look in that mirror. I love you, Janae. And then I went and practiced my yoga. And then I journaled 2-3 pages about how I'm feeling. Y'all hearing me? Y'all following me? You have to allow yourself to feel however it is that you feel. There's a message in this, okay? The reason I say you have to be true to you and tune into how you're feeling is because once you allow yourself to sit in whatever it is that you're feeling, and then you deal with it by pulling out something in your toolbox, taking that walk, being mindful, you're training your body to persevere. You're training your mind to push through. So you have to retrain yourself and break some of those old habits, because we don't have tools just given to us. We don't have a book that says this is what you do when you're feeling like this. This is how you need to react when you're feeling like this. Because most of the time when we ask ourselves, how am I feeling? Or somebody asks you how you feeling, you just say, okay. No, it's not always okay. And no, I'm not always okay. I'm human. I'm human. I'm real. I have real emotions. I have real feelings. I have real life going on. And so do all of you. So how do you feel? Stop masking your feelings. Stop covering up and saying that you're fine because you got a kid to take care of. Stop saying that you're fine because you have that spouse that you need to tend to, and go tend to you. Now, some people say allow yourself to sit and feel in those moments for days and days and weeks and just be in it. Me personally, I don't agree with that. I allow myself to feel for that 30 minutes straight. I allow myself to recover for that 30 minutes straight. I allow myself to practice my yoga and journal out all of my feelings for about an hour. And then, I'm powered up. Because guess what? I sat in my feelings, and therefore I know exactly what it feels like to not feel okay. So now I can ask myself the next time something happens like that, when I'm feeling just off my rocks and overwhelmed, do you want to feel like that again? You feel me? So once you know how your feelings feel, you can ask yourself next time those thoughts or those habits creep in, do I want to feel like that again? The same thing when you're going through like a heartbreak, or when you're feeling just emotional and all over the place. If you let's just say I'm in a relationship, we break up, and then tomorrow I'm in another relationship. guess what's gonna happen? If we break up, the next day I'm gonna be in another relationship. You know why? Because I have not allowed myself space to feel how I feel. So the last breakup that I had, I dealt with that. Meaning I sat with me. I asked me, how does this make me feel? How did that person make me feel? Do I feel good now thinking about it? I sat with that. So that way, the next time I felt like I wanted to get in something, I was reminded of how I did not like to feel. And then I had the other side of that was, how do I want to feel? And I knew how to go in my box to deal with my feelings, because I tuned into me to know how I like to feel. Okay? With all of that being said, with today's Mindfulness Monday tip, after you reflect and ask yourself, how have I been feeling? How did I deal with it? I want you to use this action if you're ever feeling overwhelmed like I felt. If you are ever feeling overwhelmed and you have no idea what to do, let's just say you don't want to deal with your feelings right now. Let's just say it doesn't feel good to feel like you don't want to feel. I get that. One mindfulness tool and technique that you can use is the 5 senses. Okay? 5 senses. First, I want you to breathe. And then I want you to find one thing that you can see. Use your senses. Tune in to one sound that you hear. Use your senses. Tune in to one thing that you can smell. Tune in to one thing that you can taste. And then reach out and touch something. That will bring you back to this moment right here, right now. Because you're tuned in using what you have to connect you to where you are. Okay? Now, I'm aware of this tool. But again, before practicing some tools, sometimes you just have to be. If your car breaks down, right before you call that mechanic to come fix your car, you need to just sit there and kind of think about those moves versus just immediately reaching out for help. Okay? And that's what that is when you tune into how you feel, with just asking yourself, how am I feeling? And then 2, allowing yourself to feel how you're feeling. But don't stay in that too long. Get up and get out of that. Because you have the power. And one powerful technique and tool that you can use is the 5 senses technique. So hypothetically speaking, let's just say, I'm feeling overwhelmed right now. Or I don't know how I'm feeling. What's that smell? Smells like water. Smells like it just finished raining. What's that sound? I hear the water stream. I hear someone mowing a lawn. I hear the cars passing by. What can I see? I see the sun. I see all of these gnats flying right in my face, right by my mouth, right by my hair. I see these leaves. The color of them is green. Look at the texture. I've never seen a leaf that way before. Y'all following me? What can I taste? I don't have anything to put in my mouth right now, but I can taste my tongue. I'm a little thirsty. But do you get my points? Tune in to you so you can know how you feel, and so you can pull you out of what you're feeling, so you can get what you need out of this life. Y'all hear me? And then reflection. After you do that, spend some time journaling about it. Spend some time thinking about it, but not too long. All right? So again, the intention is to be mindful of who you are, where you are in this moment, right now, and that's it. A way that you can do that is using your breath, closing your eyes, allowing yourself to hear the distractions, but not allowing the distractions to distract you from you. To hear the distractions and breathing your way through them and coming back to this here moment right now. To allow yourself to feel how you feel by being honest with you about your feelings. And once you know what those feelings are, giving yourself the space to allow yourself to feel them. Once you feel them, go in your toolbox, correct them, know what that feeling feels like so that you don't have to keep living there. Use the 5 senses technique in order to bring you back to now, and then reflect. Now, I hope you guys are having an amazing, amazing day. I hope you are not allowing anyone to steal your joy, including you. Because a lot of times, we steal our own joy. You know how we steal our own joy? By allowing the way that we feel to interfere with how we want to feel. Okay? So do not allow yourself to steal your own joy. Don't do it. Practice using your breath. Understand that this here moment is the only one that truly exists. The moment before now, I can never go touch it again. That future that we're so concerned about, it ain't here yet. So be here now. Okay? Before we leave, just inhale with me. Again, inhale, and on your inhale, inhale all that you wish to receive throughout the rest of your evening. And on your exhale, through your mouth, verbally let out that sigh, allowing yourself to release anything from your space that's not serving who you are in this moment, right now. Inhale. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. When you feel connected and centered, when you found that new intention of how you want to feel, slowly, at your own pace, take your time with you. Open your eyes. Now y'all have an amazing, amazing Monday.